Alright, so I'm back on the EQuitycraft server, and I am here in a branch mine that I have started right by my new place, which is up there. Um, yeah, so I went a couple ways in each direction, and while I was making this, or whatever, coming down to here, I don't know how far it is up. Yeah, but you can see the wood right there. Yeah, I found an abandoned mine shaft and did some exploring around the abandoned mine shaft, and I found some things that were quite internal thrusting, interesting. Um, so yeah, I'll show you what I found right now. Try not to look at that sign too much. I don't want to spoil it. I might have already looked at it. But yeah, while I'm running here, I want to give a shout out to KendylGamez for making my new intro. Even though he did just enter my name into a template, because I found a bunch of other people who already had that same intro that I have. I'm currently looking for a better one, but so far nothing. But I want to give a shout out as well to Josh Hudders. I'll put both the links to these people's channels in my description, but he made my background, my new background, and my a new logo or avatar, as YouTube likes to call it. And yeah, it looks awesome. I love it. So that's awesome. Thank you. And what else? We are also starting. Well, Zizo did it, but there's a new YouTube channel being started and it's just a network channel basically for our server. It's called Team Equity. So youtube.com/user/Team Equity or whatever. So yeah, and it's just gonna feature all the videos from everyone on the server, and we might do a couple things all together on there, um, on that specific channel. Oh, nice. It's cobble. Must have been here before. No torches. I don't have any more torches right now. Whoops. Anyways, so yeah, it's basically a network channel, a channel of our of everyone who's on the server who does LPs on the server. And yeah, so if you enjoy my videos on the server, you should definitely go subscribe there and check out any of the other people's channels, of the people who are on the server with me. So yeah, that is that. So yeah, this is what we got here. Yeah, I know, pretty nice, right? Um, so quad spawners, 2 cave spiders, one right there, and 2 dungeons, 1 skelly and 1 zombie. So I thought that was a sweet find. I think the first one I found was the cave spider, and then I kept wandering, and then I ran into the skelly spawner because I was looking for a skelly spawner. I really wanted one, just to have regular bones and arrows by my base somewhere. So glad I found this. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. It's like on SMP, I swear it's impossible to hit them all, or especially cave spiders, but hit the cave spiders before they hit you. Anyways, there's only a few locations where they're all active, but there are the locations. So we really just need one area to stand, especially with the way I'm planning this. So get out of here. I'm trying to make a video for the people. But yeah, at first I made separate rooms for all of them, just like the regular rooms, to try to get max efficiency out of it. Crap. One shot with a power 1 bow. What a wuss. But I found that was going to be really complicated, and there was no real way that I could think of doing it properly, I guess I should say, because where you stand is for that way to work, where you stand is where you'd want to collect the drops. I'm not going to do this as an XP farm, by the way. I'm just going to collect drops, but yeah, I couldn't think of a way. Oh no. I couldn't think of a way to do it properly without losing efficiency and without stuff getting in the way. And the thing that I would lose efficiency on is the skeleton one, and that's the one I care about the most. So I really didn't want to lose any efficiencies on the skeleton one wise, because like zombie flesh I could really care less. This is nice to have some string, a good amount of string. But what I really cared about was the skelly one, so I didn't want to screw with the efficiency of that. So my new plan is going to take advantage of the fact that my item drops won't despawn when you're outside of loaded chunks. So, or when they're outside of the loaded chunks. So what I'm gonna do is I'm bringing clearing out this whole area around all the spawners. So we get the max efficiency out of each one of them, and it's gonna be a dark room. And then all along this back wall here, I'm gonna have water going this way, or I might do water going this way. I think though I'll probably do water going this way. You're gonna poison me, I know it. Yeah, I think I'll do water going this way. And basically my plan is just to move the drops, I think it's 8 chunks away, which is outside of any loaded chunks. And it's got to be 8 chunks away from the chunk that you're standing in when you're loading when you're causing them all to be active and all to spawn. So it's got to be 8 chunks away from that. So I got to figure out where the chunks are and then push all the item drops in one direction over 8 chunks away, and then they won't despawn. I thought it was within this certain chunk at first, but no, it's within the loaded chunks. So basically that's within 128 blocks of the player, give or take a few because of loaded chunks, you know, it depends. But yeah, so that's my plan. I'm gonna just do one big huge water stream in one direction, and I gotta clear out this area first, basically. And my plan for getting to where you collect the drops fast enough and all that is I'm gonna have a rail track that goes right from the spot where you stand, which will be somewhere around here, all the way that way to where you collect the drops. And so it'll be a really short ride and easy enough to do. So that is my plan for this. So I just gotta clear out blocks like a madman and hope for the best. I do have to figure out, where are these coming from? I do have to figure out how far exactly in every direction I need it. Just to figure out the area of the room, and what it needs to be. And once I do that, I can start the water streams, which will actually be not too bad. You know what though, I should probably have some torches while I'm doing this. So I'm gonna go get some torches and then I will be back. Alright, so it turns out I had some coal in my chests here, so I just and there's lots of wood around here for the abandoned mine shaft, so I just made some torches quickly and we're back here now. Yeah, so I was gonna talk about a topic while I'm doing this, so I can get some clearing done. It's easier to, I find it's easier to talk about stuff while doing mundane tasks, because when I'm doing something complicated, like if I was like actually planning out how this is gonna work or something redstone wise or whatever, I get really quiet. I don't know. I can't do 2 things at once. So when I'm doing the planning, I forget to talk, and I think that happens to me a lot in UHC as well. inadvertently, of course. But yeah, since I'm doing this mundane tasks, or what I hope it's mundane, anyways. What direction is this? 0? Okay, so it's gonna be 3 away. Oh, can you back off? Okay, so that's right. That's right. So this is the furthest one in this direction, so the wall really only needs to be this far away. Right? Yeah. And then we just need to find out how far we need to go this way, which is 3, so it's also 3 blocks. But yeah, I was gonna talk about something that I've kind of dealt with my whole life. I actually didn't know that I had it at first, but anyways, it's sleep paralysis, and it's kind of effed up. I don't know if you know what it is, but if you don't, I will describe it to you after I kill this mofo. Basically, in a nutshell, I think the experience is different for everyone, but in a nutshell, it's this state that you can get in where you're sleeping, your body is asleep, but your mind is awake, and you can't wake up your body. It's like you're trapped. So you wake up in the middle of the night and, you know, it feels like you're awake, but you can't move. It's really hard to explain actually, but, and you can like sometimes, if you can like kind of float around the room, I guess you could say. You're not actually floating around the room, but obviously in your brain you are. It feels like you like almost are separated from your body and you're just looking down at yourself sleeping. And it may sound cool, but it is not as cool as it sounds. I know from experience. Because it really feels, I don't know why, but it really feels like you're being possessed or something. Like, it feels really eerie and demonic. And you can actually have hallucinations in this state as well, and I've had a few of those. But yeah, it's almost like something's controlling you, and you're just, it's hard to explain, but there's like something in your brain that's just like, oh, I don't know. It's really eerie. It's not just straight up like not. It's not just the not being able to move your body that's eerie. It's just like the state of consciousness that you're in is really weird. And I don't know if I believe any of this, because I probably don't. But a lot of places around the world refer to it as like I know in Africa, they sometimes call it like a witch on your back, and in other countries it's seen as something really just evil. Something being possessed is seen as ghostly, as in like ghosts taking over. There was also like talk of it during the Salem witch trials too. Oh my god, I'm getting kicked. I know it. I knew it because I wasn't picking up any of the drops. I was just like, oh, something's happening. Anyways, at least I know there's some gold behind here. Secrets. What was I saying? But yeah, it's a really eerie state, and I actually didn't know what it was, and I didn't tell my parents, and when I was a kid, like this would happen to me, and I didn't tell anyone, and I actually believed that I was possessed, or had some weird power, or I don't know, or ghosts were reaching out to me, or I didn't know what I thought. I just knew it was creepy as shit, and I didn't even want to tell anyone because I was just like so scared by it. And I didn't know it was like an actual thing, like sleep paralysis. Like I didn't know that existed, and it just happens. But yeah, it's still. It doesn't happen like it used to happen all the time. Like it used to happen to me. It always happens when I'm sleeping on like right on my flat on my back, and I don't know why, but that's that's when it happens to me. I don't know what that would have to do with anything, but it's that's how it is. It's only when I'm flat on my back, and it used to happen to me every time I was flat on my back, but not anymore. I haven't. It only happens to me very rarely, but it still scares the shit out of me when it happens. But since it's happened to me so many times, I've kind of trained myself. Sounds weird, but I've trained myself on how to wake myself up from that state. But that's the most frustrating part, is you can't wake up. You try and you try, but I'm a little bit better at waking myself up now. Yeah, I don't think I believe that it's ghosts or anything like that, and I don't really believe. I'm not Christian, so I'm not. There could be some sort. I don't know. I don't know what I believe in the religion department anymore. I kind of lost a lot of what I previously thought in the past about that kind of thing. So now I'm just I'm not atheist, but I'm agnostic, I think the word is. I believe there's a God. I don't think there's a God, because that'd be stupid, because I don't have any proof. But I do believe there is some sort of God. I don't know how I got to talking about this. But I do believe there is some sort of God, so maybe there's some sort of devil as well. I don't know. But basically, I think it could be some ghostly thing, but I think it's really just something to do with brains and the way they work. There's probably a medical explanation for why sleep paralysis does happen, so that's probably the reason it happens, and I'm gonna stick with that because it's a lot less freaky. I like whenever it happens, I'd much rather think of it as just something that just happens and then I gotta deal with, and not, I don't know. Like it literally used to scare the shit out of me, and when it happened, I would sit there in bed awake all night, because I would just be like, and this is when I was a kid, obviously, but I would be sitting in bed awake all night, just not wanting to sleep again, because I didn't want that to happen. And I wish I could explain better how much it actually feels like you're like the devil is gonna kill you, or he's like gonna out to get you or something. I don't know. It's the creepiest shit, and that's probably the hallucinations. Like I've seen like faces in my room. I've been like, it feels like someone's like dragging me in whatever direction they want to drag me, and just like throwing me around. And I before I knew that this was sleep paralysis, I really did believe that I was being dragged around, because that's how real it feels. It really feels like you're moving around the room, even though you're obviously not. And you can kind of like, you almost like get lifted up above yourself and see yourself at a certain point. So it's really a strange feeling. And everything's like, I don't know, it feels like a freaking horror movie. I can't explain it other than it feels like a horror movie. And I know people are probably gonna laugh at me for being so freaked out by this, but it's freaky. And unless you know what it's like, and because you've had it happen to you, you won't understand. Probably. But the reason I started thinking about this recently is because of the waking up series that I'm doing. Oh my god, water! It was talking about lucid dreaming, and I got to talking with Nick, another guy from the server, about lucid dreaming and how cool that would be to be able to like control your dreams. And then I ended up talking about sleep paralysis and blah 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 blah. And of course he thought it sounded so cool, but I'm telling you, it is not cool. I probably tried to jump up and throw this in a million times. Blah blah blah. But yeah, guys, that's probably it for me today. Check out the Team Equity channel on YouTube, and definitely check out the background that Josh made me, and he also made the one for the Team Equity server and for a few other members on their server, so that's awesome. He's a new member on our server, actually. He's playing on here, and I'm gonna give him some diamonds for that. That was his requested payment. Oh my god, chest right up there. Um, but I think I'm gonna even give him more diamonds than he asked for because I was quite happy that he did that for me. So yeah, I will see you guys next time. Take her easy. Peace.